Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. I appreciate you being here with me to log an entry in the travel journal. If this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button. Today we'll be scuba diving Saba's tent wall. This is dive 13 in this 19-part series, Scuba Diving St. Kitts and Saba. All of the dives in this series were recorded during a week-long liveaboard on the Caribbean Explorer 2. We boarded and began cruising and diving in St. Kitts, then cruising and diving through Saba, and finally ending in St. Martin. This is day 4 and our first day in Saba. As I mentioned, this is dive 13 in the 19-part series, but it's not actually the 13th dive of the trip. It's the 13th dive for me personally. I didn't make all of the dives, and as I said, first day in Saba, but actually the third dive of the day in Saba. First dive in Saba for me. I skipped the first 2 dives of the day. I was having some ear and sinus challenges and have been diving for a long time now. And as a result, maybe it's from diving so many years, maybe not, but I tend to have problems with my ears when I do a lot of repetitive diving. I actually had to stop and think about it for a minute. I guess, and I don't guess, I know that it's been 43 years since I got my open water certification and started my diving adventures. I'm not sure where the time goes. It seems like it was just a few minutes ago that I was celebrating my 40th dive anniversary, and that's what I called it. That was a trip I made to the Florida Keys specifically to celebrate on the anniversary of my open water checkout dives. You won't find any video of the dives from that day. It was, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't mean anything, but the memory card, I did video those dives, but the memory card was corrupt. And particularly the last dive that day was just spectacular. It was perfect. It was a drift dive in the Florida Keys. The visibility was great. The water was warm. And of course I saw all kinds of things which I thought I videotaped. But maybe some things are better just to be remembered. Anyway, I am digressing a little bit, but back to this wall. As you can see, the views here are just incredible. I've got these giant barrel sponges and then this just plunging drop off of the wall, and then all of the growth along the side of the wall. I usually crop all of the other divers out of the video, but for whatever reason, when we started this dive, I thought I want to have at least one dive video from this trip where I included most of the other divers. I didn't tag anyone or call anyone out by name. Feel free to tag yourself in the comments and say, hey, yeah, that's me. But I didn't know if anyone would want that, so feel free to let everyone know who you are if you're in the video. This trip would mark my first time diving in both St. Kitts and Saba. Please drop me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are regarding having the other divers in the dive video. I think for some things it's nice. In particular, look at the size of these giant barrel sponges compared to the divers. It really puts things in perspective. In addition, I think the scale of this wall is also put into perspective when you can see it compared to the other divers. It looks like a red hind and a stoplight parrotfish in the intermediate phase. No shortage of marine life on this dive site. I do thoroughly enjoy wall dives. It's just spectacular. You see these it's like a cliff under the water. And look at the visibility here. There's a little bit of particulate in the water, but not much to speak of. And that's more out in the open, in the deep blue. Again, look at the scale, look at the size of this wall. Just massive. Breathtaking views. And of course, I always have to look up. I love looking back up at the sky. Details about the dive. The dive started just before 2 o'clock in the afternoon and lasted approximately 53 minutes. I recorded an average depth of 31 feet and a maximum of 51 feet. My dive computer reported an average water temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at the size of that drumfish. That black and white fish, some stripes and some dots, is an adult drumfish, and it's actually quite large for a drumfish. Maybe one of the largest that I've seen. Here we have one of my favorite categories, the odd-shaped swimmers, and this is a smooth trunkfish. Just love the shape of their body, the colors, the way they swim, and of course that mouth. The smooth trunkfish. Here we have a Peacock Flounder. And I'll circle around to get a better view of this Peacock Flounder. There we go. This little fish with the black stripes is a banded butterflyfish. The banded butterflyfish. Here we have another smooth trunkfish. Again, my favorite category of fish, the odd-shaped swimmers. Well, if you've stayed with me this long, you're in for a treat. Well, I think it's a treat. Anyway, best way to end a dive, in my opinion, and my favorite thing to see, sea turtles. So very close to the end of the dive, I noticed this green sea turtle, and it's swimming almost right toward me. So of course I tried to play it cool and not move too much, and hopefully the turtle would continue, and he does, pretty close to me. And then again, trying not to make any sudden movements, but keeping the turtle in frame. See how long I can keep the turtle in my video. This might be the most time I've ever spent swimming with a turtle while scuba diving. And sometimes when they're feeding, they'll just sit there and feed and they don't care. But this one was actively swimming, and as you can see, not in a hurry, because they can move very, very quickly when they want to. And now I feel like I want to do an infomercial and say, but wait, there's more. Because there is more. Seriously, this was probably the best end to any of the dives on this trip, at least for me personally, in my opinion, because what's better than one sea turtle? That's right, you guessed it, 2 sea turtles. I don't know if these two were doing some kind of mating thing. I mean, you can see it, look, the one's biting at the other. I don't know if this is play or if they're mating or what's going on here. And there they go, they're back at it again. So cool. And there's my dive buddy Mitch. This happened like right between us, the very end of the dive. What a way to end a dive. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.